Alabama stole our kicker. They illegally recruited our kicker.
That's some pretty big implications. He has stated, quote unquote, Alabama has illegally recruited or did illegally recruit our player. Well, what do we have here? New Alabama football allegations. How about that, right before the season? Ironic? I think not. And I'm just going to come out and say it early on in this video. These are major allegations that this current college football head coach is throwing out there. And oh yeah, by the way, I stumbled across this comment on one of the recent videos. What is this? Matt zeroed out my geek bar at the function last weekend? What are you talking about? The reason I'm even sharing this comment is because I'm asking you guys, what in the world is a geek bar? And then what's going on in the replies? Raphael said same. Danny said Matt sold me Fant. Garrett said he swiped my Zins right after that. And the last one says, oh yeah, I heard about this. What are we talking about? Like, y'all can't be saying this. New people are going to be coming to the channel thinking y'all are telling the truth and this is a serious thing going on, when in reality it's not. Seriously, for one second, think about this. Some new person stumbles across a video and is like, oh yeah, these videos are kind of cool. And then they go in the comment section. They're going to think Matt's some type of criminal or bad person. All I'm saying is, let's just calm down in the comment section, okay? Anyways, getting back on track here, let's get into what's going on at Alabama. Randomly yesterday, the head coach for Miami of Ohio, not Miami in Florida, but Miami of Ohio, he came out and accused Alabama of tampering. And what I found really interesting about it is nobody asked him about it. He just came out and randomly stated it in an interview. The interviewer asked him about special teams, and he just came out and said, oh yeah, no, we didn't lose our kicker. Alabama stole him. Let's just call it what it is.
Special teams, lost your kicker. Carter McLaughlin.
We didn't lose him. He's at Alabama. We know exactly.
And then he's going to go on to say, oh, you media people are just beating around the bush. Let's just call it for what it is. Alabama stole them.
You media people, it's all pretend. Like, no, Alabama stole our kicker.
Yes,
they illegally recruited
illegally
recruited our kicker and stole him from us. And like that's a fact.
That's some pretty big implications. He has stated, quote unquote, Alabama has illegally recruited or did illegally recruit our player.
Yeah, Alabama stole our kicker.
Another thing I find interesting about this, and I got to bring it up before I forget, why is he, well, it's two things. Number one, why is he just now coming out and saying this when it happened several months ago? And number two, why are you talking about this a week before your season? Shouldn't you be focused on other things? It's not adding up to me, because if that did happen, why didn't you say this months ago, like I just said? It's a similar situation when someone comes out with these accusations on all these NFL players right when they make it to the NFL. It's like, okay, well, if he did that 10 years ago, why didn't you say it then? Not to say that he didn't do it, I'm just saying it's a little fishy. But the weirdest part about it all is he is the one who wanted to come out and say this. That interviewer didn't ask him, hey, did Alabama steal his kicker? No. He came out and stated that. It's like he wanted to spill the beans. Kalen DeBoer did respond to this, which I'll show you what he had to say in just a second, but let me give you my 2 cents. Do I think this is true? Do I think Alabama illegally recruited Miami of Ohio's kicker? No. But, and I have a really big but, you better believe this, so hold up, Timothy and Bobby, before you run to the comment section and say, oh my gosh, Matt, I knew you say that. Just hold on, hear me out. If Alabama did, quote unquote, illegally recruit this new kicker, I wouldn't be shocked. And oh yeah, by the way, if you don't know who I'm referring to, the new kicker, he goes by the name of Graham Nicholson. He's one of the best kickers in the nation. Although I don't believe Alabama did do this, I do think there's a small chance they did. I don't want this to rub some of y'all the wrong way. If it does, I do apologize, but that's not my intent. I don't know how to ease into this, so I'm just going to come out and say it. If Alabama did illegally recruit this kid, if they did tamper with him, I don't care. You want to know why I don't care? Because everybody's doing it. Unfortunately, you're going to have a couple people run to the comments and say, oh, of course Matt doesn't care because he's an Alabama fan. Of course he's not going to care when it benefits him and his team. I already know some of y'all are going to write those comments, so don't even feel the need to because I can already see them. It's just funny because I've said the same thing about all these other teams whenever they quote-unquote tamper with somebody else. I don't care because everybody's doing it. I really don't want to see anybody talking about, oh, Matt's only upset because it's affecting his team. No. I don't want to hear that because that's not true. Do y'all remember about, what was it, roughly 5 to 6 months ago when Nick Saban retired and all these teams are tampering with our players? Did you see me throwing a hissy fit? Absolutely not. And you know these teams were contacting our players as soon as Saban retired that day. Texas and Isaiah Bond, one of our star wide receivers, were texting and talking on the phone that night. And what did I say? Hey, I understand it. Wish Isaiah Bond the best of luck. I've said before, I'm going to say it again, Texas, you're going to enjoy him. He's a heck of a player, and I'm happy y'all got him. You can say the same thing for every single player that left. Caleb Downs, anybody, you name them. Tampering is going on with every single team to a certain extent and degree. I didn't care when it was happening to us, and I'm not going to care when it's happening in our favor. Doesn't bother me either way. The only thing I don't like, and listen closely because some of y'all may misinterpret this, is NIL tampering, and there's a big difference. Let me explain. What I'm not in favor of, if let's say there's a kid who's the starting quarterback for, I don't know, let's say Kennesaw State or South Florida, not a very good football team with a big NIL budget, he goes out there, he balls out, and let's just say Georgia offers him $5 million to come to Georgia and play quarterback. That's what I'm not in favor of. That's not what happened in this situation, and you could actually say that's sort of what happened with Isaiah Bond because he got a Lamborghini deal with Texas, and what was it, 2 days after Saban retired, he was posted up in a Lambo in Texas, and even at that point in time, still didn't care too much. Here's the bottom line. Let's say Alabama did tamper with Graham Nicholson, which I don't believe. They didn't give him anything. If he gets an NIL deal or sponsorship, it's not going to be directly through Bama. It's going to be through sponsorships that him and his manager, agent, whatever you want to call it, they worked out separately. That's my take on that. Y'all saw me in the man cave. I said it when all of our players left, wishing them the best of luck. That's all I said. I didn't cry or complain or do any of that. With that being said, here's what DeBoer had to say about this because you knew somebody was going to ask him.
Miami of Ohio coach accused you guys of tampering with the recruitment of Graham Nicholson. Do you have a response to that?
I don't know anything about that, I guess, that comment. I mean, he entered the portal and we reached out to him. So that's how it goes, right?
There you have it. That's about what I expected him to say. I'm scrolling through the comments, and this is a really interesting take, and I really like it as well. A small school coach should be happy one of his players gets to move on to a dynasty and live his dream. I don't know. Weird, and I agree. If you're the head coach of Miami of Ohio, you know dang well that kid's got a better shot at getting to the NFL at Alabama than Miami of Ohio, with all due respect. And why it's so hard for me to believe the Miami of Ohio head coach is because it's not like it's an outlandish move for the best kicker in the nation to leave for a better opportunity. Obviously, by transferring to Alabama, number one, he's going to play for a way better team, and number two, it's going to put him in front of so many NFL teams and executives and GMs. Here's what I'm trying to say. It would make more sense if Alabama lost the best kicker in the nation to Miami of Ohio, you see what I'm saying? Then it'd be like, oh yeah, well duh, obviously they just paid him to go there and they were tampering. And the more I've watched this interview, the more I've started coming to the conclusion that Chuck Martin, which I believe that's his name, the Miami of Ohio head coach, there's just something off about him. Most head coaches would like to see a player level up and play for Alabama, whereas he's taking the route of, oh, no, Alabama tampered with him, they stole him. Like, it's just different. I'm going to end off the video with this. Let me know in the comment section. Number one, do you think Alabama tampered with Graham Nicholson? And number two, do you even have a problem with it, or do you even care? Because I know where I'm at. I don't think Alabama tampered with them, and even if they did, don't care. Everybody's doing it, and you can sit up here and try to convince yourself, well, Matt, no, they're not. Dude, I live in reality. I don't know what fairy tale world you live in, but the reality of college football in the year 2024 is tampering is a normal thing. I talked to all these guys. I'll give y'all some inside information. All of these players across the nation, and especially all these 4- and 5-star recruits that go to a school and they're not playing, they're texting each other saying, yo, man, you should come here. It's awesome. Yo, man, we should team up. Technically, that's tampering. I am very fortunate to have access to a little bit more knowledge of what's going on behind the scenes compared to a normal college football fan, so maybe that's why I'm a little more numb to it. There's many more things I could say, and I mean many more, but I got a busy night on my hands. I'm going to try to get this video uploaded as fast as possible. Hope you guys enjoy. Hope you guys had a great week. Hope you had a great Friday. If not, hope this video can make it a little bit better. I normally say that at the beginning, but I'm saving it for the end. And I can't wait for tomorrow. College football is back. I'll see y'all tomorrow in front of the camera. Let me know your thoughts on this down below. But Roman,